Hello, sugar up again. You know, I try not to get things. I also try not to kick the camera. Anyway, but of course, things happen. So, the last thing I looked at was a VIC 20. It didn't go well. Today, it's a 1541 disk drive. Like I need another. And here it is. One 1541. The only thing I noticed that's different is it has some dip switches on the back. Probably to select device numbers. Probably. Alright. So, what we really have to do here, these discs are bad. Bad discs. And, I really don't want to mess with them anymore. I'm going to toss them out. There's a little shelf here. There is. So I'm going to move things. I am. This is a working 1541. And we might need it. We'll see. So, little space. Oh, anything? Okay, the power switch is off. Come on. Alright, well here's... Oh, well, okay. So I turned it on, and it did do the quick, you know, like thing that it's supposed to do. As in, it spun, and then it stopped spinning. So that is encouraging. Maybe I'll just set this drive up here. Okay. And then I'll grab this 64, and we'll go back on the air. So turn on the monitor. Video. Glasses. This is the disk drive cord. The disk drive cord has 6 pins. The video 5 or 8. In this case, 5. Now, this is another video channel. I think, there we go. Power. So now we should have a Commodore 64 that comes to life and the drive should spin. And it does. It's funny, this monitor has these 2 funky things in the corner that fade away. Kind of. Alright, well here is the 1541 test demo disc. Let's see what we find. Okay, that didn't go well. So, I know this disc is good. So I will send it the command to initialize and force it to kind of bang its head. And if it will read. And does it read? No, it does not read. Oh. Really? File opener? Oh. I did not open 15. I opened 1. Well, that's perfectly acceptable. Oh dear. Well, so here we have a quick and dirty program. Line 10, open 15, comma 8, comma 15, comma, quote, I, 0, quote, colon, close 15, 20, go to 10. Now, why do I do this? Well, because sometimes, in the past, because I don't know what this drive has been doing, or where it's been, or what it's up to, but there have been times in the past that I do this, and let this do its magic, that the drive will come back to life. It may be the head's a little squirrely, it may, who knows. Now, right at this moment, it does seem pretty consistent that that wants no part of this. As it's very constant, but the head banging sounds good. See, what it should do, if it suddenly decides it's okay, is the light should just start flashing and the head banging should stop. But it is not happening. I have done this in the past where I have set this in motion and left it, just left it, for, you know, hundreds of gyrations. So back to our command, and once again, there are many ways that different people describe formatting a disk. There's formatting, there's newing, there's initializing. In the basic form, we use the header command. Header? Yeah, I think so. Header? Anyway, initialize in the Commodore world does not mean format. It just means it forces the drive to go out and bang its head and look for the information and look for the directory, and sometimes that's beneficial. I'm going to press stop. Because this is not doing anything worthwhile. At least not on that disk. Now, I'm sure that when I put this disk in, it will also do, this is a blank disk, this will do nothing except make loud noises. I'm going to open the door for a second, take the disk out, put the disk in, just reseat it, see what's funny. I noticed doesn't seem to make a damn bit of difference. So obviously, if we were running the performance test, it would fail. I'm going to press break. I'm going to put another command in here. Open 15, comma 8, comma 15, comma, quote, N0, quote, dead, comma, DD, quote, comma, close 15. Anyway, what this does, open 15, comma 8, comma 15, opens a channel to the drive. Now I am going to new the disk. That means that if there is anything on this disk, it will be gone. And I put an N0 because this is drive 0, although on a single drive it could only be 0, couldn't it? So that's what it is. Then I have to put in up to, I think it's 16 characters, maybe it's 15. I just put in dead, and I put comma DD, because you have to put in a disk ID of 2 characters. And then I put another quote, and a colon, and then close 15. So right now, this is going to do nothing good. I'm going to run it, it's going to try and format it, it's going to fail, and then it's going to just go into this endless loop. Oh well, gotta try it. So now it is trying to format the disk. And chances are, yeah, it's already failed, because now it's just into the trying to initialize and getting nowhere. So my gut tells me the first thing I should do is stop this. I could let it sort of keep smashing away, but I don't think so. I don't. I think what I should do, and I think I should do it in the next video, is I think I should open up the drive and get a Q-tip and get some alcohol, clean the head. Step number 1. There are many things that can happen with a disk drive, but a dirty head will certainly keep things from working at all. Although this, see, here's the other thing. A lot of times you turn on 1541, it just spins and the light's on. That could be all kinds of things. Could be almost anything. Major chip, minor chip, supporting chip, little anything. Anyway, but this drive seems to want to work. Now, another thing I can do while I'm here, just for fun, before I move on, first of all, I'll move this. Oh. Carefully. I'll set it aside. Now, on the back of this drive, remember I told you, there are some switches. So I'm going to flip one of them. And I suspect when I type in run, oh, well, that didn't do anything. I wonder, well, this is going to fail. I wonder if I have to turn it off. Device not prayer. Okay. So now it is a different device. So, what device is it? It's a 9. Alright, so now I'm going to flip another switch. And maybe that will make it, does that make it an 8 again? No. Does that make it a 10? No. Does that make it an 11? Probably. Oh, wait a second. Turn the drive off. Give it a chance. No, it is not 11. I suspect 10. No. Maybe I just switched it back and it's an 8. It's an 8. Okay. Turn the drive off. I'll flip both switches up. And turn it back on. Now this, I suspect, will be 11. No. 10. No. I did turn it on, right? It's 9. Okay. That's weird. Okay. Well, maybe that's what it is, up or down. Alright, I'm going to try 1 up, 1 down. Is it 9? It is. That's weird. Maybe, when we look inside, maybe one of the switches is for 8 and 9 and the other switch is for something else. That's weird. You know what I'm going to do once again, just a second. I'm just going to turn it off and on. Still 9. Alright. I'm going to flip those switches to different up and down positions. Turn the drive back on. See what we find. Okay, it's not 9 anymore. It's 8. It's 8. Interesting. And somewhat perplexing. But I will get to the bottom of this. Well, thanks for coming, and we'll see you again soon. Stay safe, stay healthy, keep your stick on the ice, and we'll see what we find. And it's funny, here on the top of this drive is a mysterious little rubber foot. And I don't know why it's there, and I don't know what it's from. Oh my, but it is really stuck. So I guess we'll just leave it there. Alright. Thanks for coming. Bye for now. Hello, hello, hello. Today I'm looking at a 1541 disk drive. I looked at it previously in the episode before this, and it seems to be okay, but it will not read, it will not format, and I've checked out the switches on the back, and they seem to switch between device 8 and device 9, and that's what they do. I suspect there's more to it inside, and I suspect we're going to find out, because we're going in, we're going deep, and we'll probably clean the head. Here we go. Okay. So, we don't need that, and we don't need that at the moment. We need a little space. We do. So, I will set that aside and turn this off, and in the same fluid motion I will grab the alcohol and the Q-tips, because my gut tells me we may have a dirty head. So, just giving it a little sniff. Smells like it might have been in the hands of a smoker, which could also be another reason the head could be dirty. Perhaps. Alright. So we'll see. Oh, there's a screw. There's not a screw. There's a screw. There are 4 screws in the typical 1541. Typically they are Phillips of a medium size. And there may be more things that need to be removed. There may be a shield. But we'll see in a moment what lurks within this 1541. Now also, the top case, oh yeah, oh, okay, this is different. Wow. So yes, one of the switches is definitely to do with the device number, and the other is different. Device number 1 is the one with the yellow and the red, and the black and the white, which of course, no, blue and white, which of course go to looks like orange and green, or something. Maybe that means the drive won't write. I never would have guessed that. Anyway, well, we're here. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe we should have been flipping that switch and trying to see if the drive would work with that switch in a different position. But now that we're here, I've never seen that modification, by the way. But it must be something. But now that we're here, this bottle is not full, but it's not bad, so I'll make sure I get a good blast of alcohol in there, and I will put the lid back on, because I don't want to smell the stuff, and I don't want to spill it. And then, it's not, oh, you know what, the head down here, it's supposed to basically be white with a line through it, and I see on here, it does look like there's more stuff there than it should be, so I am carefully moving this back and forth, oh my, and twirling it a bit. And you know know, it is rare, very rare, that I ever do a head on a 1541 and come out with sludge such as that. I have never seen that before. Now this is looking a bit better, but as this does seem to be extremely dirty, I'm going to do something I don't normally do or have to do. I'm going for another Q-tip, because while I see this here, and it is looking some better, I think there is more to do. And this could be, of course, from, well, there's a little more coming off, from the smoking of cigarettes. People sometimes laugh, why did you sniff that? Well, oh, no. See, this modification, I can unplug the one thing, kind of, sort of, but not really. But I really got to be careful I don't rip the switches, or rip the stuff off the circuit board. So I'm going to give that another twirl, and a back and forth, and I'm going to look at it. There's still more. Well, that is something. No. Okay, fall over nicely. I do not remember ever in the past using a second Q-tip on a head. But this looked awful, and really, if the stuff is still coming off, even after all that, there might be more. So I'm going in a circular fashion, and then also I'm rotating round and round, and little by little, it is looking much more like it should, which is almost like a, well, it's not like a religious cross, it's like a line across a white thing, and not, sorry, the other line is like halfway, so I don't know what to call it exactly. Anyway, here, I get it on? Yes, I did. Here's the fourth. Now, I didn't notice any dirt coming off the third end. So I'm just hoping that this is going to tidy it up and that we're okay. Let's go back to the rolling motion, and in the end, I'll just go across, a little up and down, a little rolling, and that looks pretty okay. And I don't see any more sludge. Ooh, but that, I think I got a little cut on my finger, and boy, the alcohol doesn't feel good in there. I wonder how I got the little cut. Ow. Anyway, yeah, this is, I have never seen such filth. I will put those up there. I will get rid of those. And I should let that dry a little. Now, what does this switch do? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. There's also some tape here. Maybe this, oh, it's masking tape. Maybe it's just to make sure that nothing that touches something shouldn't touch something. I don't know. Anyway, the head has been cleansed. So, I hope things are fine. I suspect You know what I suspect? I suspect that I could do something miraculous here. I could yank. Oh. Put that back there. Don't lose the screws. I could move this motor. And grab these cords. One cord, two cords. Shuffle this over here without knocking anything down. Yes, we're still on the air. And I could put these in. I could very carefully put the screws and the screwdriver just over here by the monitor. I could turn it on. It still does the same thing, which of course is not surprising. Alright, so I think this should work. Just set this up here. I'm going to reach for the Commodore 64. Connect the disk drive cable. What is that? Oh, that's a different monitor cable, sorry. That is not what I'm wanting. 8 pins is video. 6 pins is serial. Oh god. It's all wrapped up. Oh, cables. Oh my god, it's funny how they can get so pestered in such a hurry. Cables. Alright, video. Going in. The monitor is off. This will all give the head a good time to dry off. So now, let me turn on the Commodore 64 and take the test demo disc and try and load a directory. Isn't that something? Well, here's the other thing. What is this switch for? Alright, I flipped the switch. Is this the device number? No, it is not. Interesting. I see no residue on the disk from the alcohol. So I'm going to do the same thing again here. I'm going to ask it to initialize, and it won't do it. It'll try. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, I'm going to put a line number in front of that. Go to 10. A list. And I'm going to set it. Maybe I should not do that with this disk. Because this disk might have been squirrelified by the attempted formatting. So I will put the 1541 test demo disk in, and I will run Alright, so that is not happening. So I'm going to take the switch that is closest to this end, which I believe is the device number switch. I'm going to flip it, turn the drive back on, and watch it say device not present. Okay, so I know that we are, I know that that thing is. Now I don't know if I have to. Yeah, no, you really got to reset the drive. Okay, so I have reset the drive, and now it will be device 8, and it will go and do its thing. And do nothing. So this switch here, what is it? I'm switching it into the downward position. And I will once again run. And it is making no change. So I am going to do, oh, yeah, that was good. I was going to put a line number in there. 1, print, which you can do with a question mark, quote. I'm going to clear the screen in 1. And maybe also I will pose 53280, comma, well here is a comma 0. And I will poke 53281, comma 0. And I will also print. I think I'm changing the cursor color to white. Right. So in this line, I am printing, clearing the screen, changing the color of the background and the foreground and the letters. And then in 5, I'm going to put x equals x plus 1. I can tell to print, quote, and not clear home, but just go to the top of the screen, semicolon, x. Now of course in 20, it says go to 10, so I got to change that to go to 5. So what this now modified thing should do, it should clear the screen, change the border, change the background, change the cursor, and all this is really going to do is give me a count of how many times that this drive is tortured. And that's what we're going to do. Because what may happen, but I don't believe it, it may come around. But certainly, if I come back to this and this number is just, you know, counting away, it means that it has come around and it's working. Do I think that's really going to happen? No, I didn't. But stranger things have happened. I don't know, as I say, what that second switch does. I don't know. And certainly, like the device number I know is the top switch. I'll flip this now, just to see if it makes any difference. But it doesn't. But it's something. But I don't know what. Maybe it's just, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Ow, my finger. How did I get this cut? Anyway, well this is going to keep working. I don't need the monitor on for that. I don't necessarily need the... Oh no, this one is needing some batteries. It's getting weak. So, I've done good things with the head. now I'm just going to let this torture away and see. What I really think it's going to end up being is I'm going to have to connect this board and power supply to another drive that I know works, and then see what's what, and then I should be able to isolate it a little bit. But, you know, I just had a thought, as I do from time to time. Okay, it's done that 45 times. I'm going to take this diskette. I'm going to set it here, and with great care. I've told many people to try this a time or two. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to take the top off and set it carefully. Carefully. Carefully beside. And then I'll just have a look in here. Alright, so I don't know why the 6522 chips and other things are marked. Well, most of them are marked with pink. And this case top is not making this any easier. Basically, I got to get in between all these things and find the sweet spot. There we go. Where I can get this chip. Oh dear, I bent a pin, I bent a pin. Oh no. But don't worry, I can rescue it. Anyway, many times I've said to people with disk drives, first of all, don't bend pins. They might not bend back nicely, but I bent a pin. Okay. I think it will be okay. Let's see. So there is a 6522 chip, and here is a 6522 chip. Anyway, what I told people many times online is, you know what, just, if you don't have another drive handy with chips that you can swap, switch the positioning of the two 6526 chips. But they're the same. Sorry, 6522 chips. They're the same thing. And if you notice anything, boy, it's really not wanting to come out. If you notice anything change immediately, then it's very likely that one of them, it just does not want to come. It's out. It's just not coming out. Oh. This is where you must use patience and not get frustrated. Aha. Okay, so I'll take this one out and I will look at it. And the pins all look okay. So now, once again, with great care, I will line up the pins with the holes. Oh. Alright, we're in. And I will watch the pin that I bent very carefully to ensure that it actually goes in and doesn't bend up under the chip, which can happen. And it doesn't help anything when that happens, let me tell you. Okay, so we have switched the 6522 chips. Now I'll turn this on, and I'll put this disc back in. And my gut tells me, certainly nothing changed when I did that, my gut tells me nothing is going to change. I'm just also looking at all these things here to make sure that they look like they're actually on the right places, and they do seem to be. Aha, and in looking more carefully, that those wires that I see, I would bet that that is a way to turn off and turn on the detector of the write protect, I would bet. Alright, so we have swapped the chips. Let's run. And that seems to have done nothing. Anyway, I'm going to leave this to be tortured for a bit. And I'll see if it comes around as things warm up. And we will continue. So, one switch, device number. The other switch to disable or enable the write protect circuitry. Which is handy. It's actually years ago. Let me stop this. Somebody from somewhere suggested that TPUG should disable the write protect thing on the disk drives so that we could send out disks that were still not notched at all. And then, of course, nobody could say that we put anything evil on the disks because, of course, Anyway, it was just, you know, it was silly. I mean, if I have a TPUG disk and I'm going to put a copy of something on it, it doesn't matter. I can notch it. I can, you know, it was just, you know, some people just, yeah, come up with interesting solutions when there's really no problem. There's nothing. It's not going to make any difference. People are going to do what they're going to do. Alright. So, we'll leave this to torture. We'll see what we find later. Thanks for coming. Bye for now. Hello. Thanks for dropping in. So, I have been torturing this disk drive. And we're now up to 1,500, now wait for it, 12 times that it has tried to initialize or, you know, read a disk. And it's not doing well. So I'm going to stop that. Oh, I am. These modifications make me worried about how I can do what I would normally do to try and test this. You see, there's a thing that I have done before, and what it basically means is I take another disk drive, I put it next to this one, and I connect the drive from the other disk drive to this and see what happens. Yes. But I'm not sure with these extra wires if I can do that very well. Anyway. Interesting. So out of the 7 major chips on the 1541, 4 of them are socketed. Well, I suppose another thing to try. Look, test unit. Ha 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 ha. Is I need to turn this off and unplug it. And then, with exceptional care, get it out of the way. Except before I get it out of the way, maybe I need to slip that back down here again. There's a magic chip removing thing. Perhaps before I move it. It is off, yeah. That just needs to be on. Perhaps I will take the chips out. That I can. Because you never know. I mean, the other thing, there are times when the read-write head just goes bad. And when that happens, it's just bad. So, if you remember, I did swap the location of the 6522 chips. I did nothing to the 6502. So, it is a tight squeeze. But these, now that I've taken them out, should come out easier. The 6502 has not been a part of this operation. I'm still wondering, I've never seen chips with these pink dots. But, you know, maybe somebody was doing some testing, or some swapping, or something. Who knows? Alright. And the 6502 has a yellow dot. And what does that mean? I don't know. Alright. So, I know, you're sitting there saying use a chip puller. And I know the chip pullers are a beautiful thing some of the time. I've just always had much better luck with little screwdrivers and my fingers to just get stuff just so. Alright, so that, now there is another little chip that's socketed, but it isn't socketed in this other one, so there's really nothing else I can do at this second. Did I get all the cabling out? Yes, I did. Okay, so this drive can go and sit over here. And the test drive, which is all socketed, can come up here. Now, I've not used this for a while. So first, I will turn it on. I will turn on the monitor. Oh, the computer is on. Okay. And I'm not going to do anything crazy. But you see the difference here, this one here. It's like it flashes It's fine. It's just dandy. Actually, I guess I can even leave that in there. So, you can turn the disk drive off. Grab some glasses, and of course, what do I do? Just one thing at a time. Now, do I think the 6502 could do this? No. I don't. But you never know, you know. So I'm going to go for the little chip in the back here. With great care. Great care. They are difficult to get out in some configurations here. Okay, come on. Okay, so this is a 901-2295. And over here, I should have a 901-2295 dash 01 dash 05. So now, do I really think that this is going to make any difference at all? I do not. But wouldn't it be terrible if it did, and I didn't try this? So I will type in run. Alright. It is still reading quite successfully. Excellent. Alright, we'll turn that off. Now, here is the 6502. Do I believe that the 6502 could cause this sort of failure that we are experiencing? I do not. But wouldn't it be horrible if it was and I didn't check it? And then I spent a whole lot more time diddling around. So here is 6502 from the original 1541. And as often happens, the pins at the very back sometimes get a little bit of an angle to them. So you just give them a little tweak. And we're okay. So checking the witness mark. And looking with great care to make sure that it's all lined up. We pop it in. And we turn it on. And I'll type in run. And it's fine. Just fine. Alright, so now 6522 chips. Once again, slow and methodical. Okay. 6522 chip into the socket, or into the one. We only do, oh, come on, something doesn't feel right there. There we go, we're in. Turn the drive on. We'll type 1. And it's just dandy. But wouldn't I feel foolish if it was one of these chips? Now, do I really believe that this 6526 chip is going to make any difference in terms of the kind of failure that we are experiencing? No. No, I do not. But, wouldn't it be terrible if it did? Alright. 6526 chip out. Checking the pins. This is the one I bent a little. A little tweak. We have the witness mark. Okay. We're lined up. I think. We're in. We're on. We run. And it works just fine. Just dandy. Okay, well that's as expected. I'm just trying to ponder what else is going to be helpful. Or how I can see these extra wires, they bother me. Not that it's not a bad thing that they're there. I just gotta figure out how to do what I want to do with these extra wires. Because you see, yeah, it makes it more difficult. Not impossible. Just more difficult. And I see here, what is this? Oh, okay. Yeah. Alright, those are the two wires that would have been replaced when they did the switcheroonie. Anyway, well, maybe one thing I can do is pop the switches out of the case so that then I'm not encumbered by the case. I do not wish to drop that. So will that thing go through? Oh, maybe it's an all for one, one for all. Gotta do them both. Okay, I do not want to drop that. Is that going to push through? Well, after I did that, I'm surprised somewhat that the switches do not want to cut. I mean, I'm not surprised. Oh boy, they tight. Oh, okay. One is moving. Yeah, they were done with great with great precision, because they really are snug. And if I can't get them both out, it really doesn't matter, because I'm still going to be stuck. Oh, there we go. Alright then. And now, because I really don't want to lose these little fasteners that would help keep them in, put them back on. Okay. Perhaps I'll even replace the masking tape, which I presume is making sure that there's no short circuits here. Alright, well this is still chugging away, so it might as well just chug away. So I gotta figure out. So, is the trouble on the board? Is the trouble with the drive? What do you think? Excellent question. Well, I'm going to bet it's the drive mechanism. Oh, the screwdriver does not fit very well. That's funny. Oh, it really doesn't. And those screws is tight. Let's have a look here. Oh, that's my Torx bit. Alright. Another screwdriver. Does this one fit better? I'm not sure if it does or not, but it did get it moving. There are many screws. Oh my golly. Well, perhaps one thing I will do at this moment, at this juncture, is I'll turn the 64 off. I'm going to pull out the cables and get it away from here. Hello. Put this down. Okay. Alright. Because it's funny, these screws should not be this difficult, but of course, with the thing sitting on top of a 64, I really can't reef on them like I would like. I cannot. Alright. And that tape is... Ooh. I would venture to say that these screws have not been removed for a very long time. There's got to be more. Oh, there's one. And no, there's gonna be. There's also this side piece over here. All right. Guard the switches. And I do not want to drop the screws onto the bottom of the drive. I don't want to do this. Alright. We're getting... I dropped it. Alright, hang on. Delicate operation. Rescue the screw. Don't drop the board. Okay. Just a moment, Andrew, I am recording. I have just noticed something. This connector is not in the right spot. See, most of the Commodore connectors. Oh, I don't believe this. I don't believe it. And I looked, but you know what? Because it had the extra switches, I couldn't get it as good a look. Okay. I'm not sure what the P4 connector is. But it was not on as it should have been. Oh, you know what? No. It's okay. P4 connector runs the LED out the front. Okay. Okay, good. I would hate to think that I was doing all this only to find out that the connector is in the wrong place. We're okay. Okay, so now pull off the power and disconnect all the connectors from where they plug into the board. And they only go in one way typically. They all face the same way. Alright. Oh, that's going to be a pain. This will be a pain until the end of time, this thing. Alright, so I need to think about this, because what I want to do is continue to take the whole drive mechanism out and then plug it in over there and see what's what. And I think I can still do that okay. I've just got to make sure. I mean, once again, with these wires, I've just got to make sure that this is here but not here and not getting messed up. I need to think about this. Oh, I forgot that we were on the air. Heavens. You know what? Sometimes it's a good time to walk away and come back after I've had a chance to think and ponder. And this is one of those moments. So, thanks for coming.